Hello! In today's video, we're going to see how to crochet this cute little stuffed hamster. Let's quickly get into the video. I'm using chunky yarn called Blanky. The brand name is Blanky. I got it in Pradhan Embroidery. It's an online shop in India. I'm starting with a slip knot. That is how you do a slip knot. I'm using a 4.5 hook. I'm starting with 2 chains. Chain 1, that is how you do chain 2. Now second chain from the hook, we are going to insert the hook into the chain, that is the first chain we did, and then we are going to do 6 single crochets into that chain. We are going to consider that as a magic ring or a magic circle. So how do we do a single crochet? Insert the hook into the chain, grab the yarn, you'll have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through both the loops. That's how you do a single crochet. So by the end of 6 single crochets, we are completing that round. In the second round, I'm not slip stitching or I'm not doing any chain 1. Directly I'm going to round 2. For round 2, I'm going to have 2 single crochets in one stitch. That makes it 12 stitches. So round 2 will have 12 stitches. Round 1 had 6 single crochets. Now round 2 will have 2 single crochets. So I had 1 single crochet and this is the second single crochet into the same stitch. So I will continue that way. It's called increase. So in each stitch you're going to have 2 single crochets and you keep increasing to make it 12 single crochets by the end of your second round. I'm done with the second round and I'll have 12 single crochets, and it is good to use a stitch marker so that you keep a tab of the end of rows. For the third row, we're going to have 1 single crochet followed by 1 increase. That means I'll have 1 single crochet and in the next stitch I will have 2 single crochets. In subsequent stitches I will follow this pattern, that is 1 single crochet in one stitch and in the next stitch I will have 2 single crochets, like that. So until the end I'll keep doing this. So in the first round we had 6 single crochets. In the second round we had 12 because we increased in each stitch. We had 2 single crochets. Now in the third row we will have 18. So this is the multiples of 6. So from row 4 onwards, row 4, 5 and 6, what we are going to do is we are going to have only 1 single crochet in one stitch, which means I'm not going to increase or decrease. I'm just going to continue with the same number of stitches because we are reaching the body and we want it to just be bigger like that, and we don't want to increase it. So I'm going to continue like that. I'm using a black piece of yarn for a stitch marker. From row 7 onwards, round 7 onwards, we are going to decrease. How are we going to decrease? Pulling those 2 adjacent loops. It's not the full chain but just the loops facing you, then doing a single crochet. So in the next I'm going to do a normal single crochet. I will not decrease, and in the next stitch again I'm going to decrease. Pull the 2 loops facing you and yarn pull the yarn through those 2 loops and then do a single crochet. Now again a single crochet in the next stitch. So that way I'm going to decrease. Pull the 2 adjacent loops, pull the yarn through the loops and then do a single crochet. So you keep decreasing, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. That way it becomes 12, and in the next row we are going to have 6 stitches. That means I'm going to decrease in each and every stitch like that. So pull the 2 loops facing you, pull the yarn through those 2 loops and then do a single crochet. Insert the hook on 2 adjacent loops facing you, pull the yarn through that and then a single crochet. We'll continue to do that, and then now I have very little space for filling the fiber filling. I'm going to stuff this. You can do it in the previous round as well, it will be easier that way. I'm just stuffing it in as much as you want. You can stuff it, and from now onwards you have a very small hole. You can either use a needle and close the hole like that, or you can decrease until you see that there is no more hole. All the stitches are done and you don't have a hole in the middle. Until then you should keep doing it. Now I'll move on to the tail, continuing from there. I'm not cutting the yarn, just continuing for the tail. 10 chains and then second from the hook, single crochet in all the chains that you did. So you can have as many chains as you want, depending upon the length of the tail you want the hamster to have. Until I reach that last stitch, I'm going to do a single crochet. Once I reach the last stitch, along with the plushie, I'm going to do a slip stitch like that. Like that. Now our tail is done. Most of the part is done. Just cut it out and you'll have to secure it inside the plushie, hide it inside the plushie. Now all we have to do is, see, I'm showing you how I secured the yarn there. Just pull it from somewhere else like that, closer, and then keep doing that until you are satisfied that it's not going to come out, and you can cut it out and stuff it inside. Now I'm going to work on the eyes. I'm taking a baby soft black yarn for this. First start with a magic ring and 6 single crochets into the magic ring. That is what I'm doing, 6 single crochets. You can do a magic ring or chain 2 and start from the first chain. Consider that as a magic ring. You can do that as well. So by the end of those 6 single crochets, I'm going to do a slip stitch like that, so that it becomes a circle. Now I'm pulling the tail so that there's no hole in the middle, and I'm going to leave a tail like that for stitching it with the plushie. So just place it somewhere and make sure you leave some space between the eyes. And yeah, that's how I did the stitching part. You can go around the eyes so that it is safe and doesn't come out of the plushie. Once all the stitches are done and you're satisfied that it is safe, you can just tie a knot like that with both the sides, and then you can push that inside. You can use a needle for that, and That's it. I did the same for the other eye as well. Now what is pending? The ears, the mouth. So for ears, I'm going to slip knot. I'm going to start with a slip knot and then chain 2. In the first chain, I'm going to do a single crochet and then 3 double crochets into that same space, same first chain. How do we do a double crochet? Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull through 2 loops, again yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And then we'll finish off with a single crochet. I'm going to leave a tail again to stitch to the plushie. I've completed 2 years and that is how I'm going to stitch it to the plushie. So make sure it is in the right place. Place it in the right place and then start stitching. And then once you feel that it is secure, it will not come out. You can just tie a knot and then hide it inside the plushie with your needle like that. Yeah, you can repeat the same for the second ear as well. So this is how it looked after the eyes, the ears and the tail. Now I will have to stitch the nose. So the mouth. For the nose I'll be using a pink yarn later. Now I'm doing the mouth part. Just check which is the middle stitch between the eyes, and then from there you can approximately count the stitches and you can just do that shape, the two U shapes there. Or you can also do a T shape in between, that also looks cute. And I'm going to do this small semicircle around the eyes so that it looks cute on both the eyes. This yellow, you can also use a pink yarn for this, and that is how I did that. And I'm going to secure it somewhere there, tie a knot, and again hide it inside the plushie with a needle. It's almost done. So to finish this, what I did was I took a pink yarn and then I did the nose. So for the nose, I just did 6 single crochets into the magic ring, similar to the eyes. And this is how it looked. Hope you liked this video. So do try it out and let me know how it came out. Yeah, that's all for today. Until I meet you with another cute little project. Bye bye.